I'm a very intellectual human being. Like really, I may be the smartest person the world has ever seen. I am smarter than Einstein. I'm smarter than a car. I am smarter than Mojang themselves. I am much smarter than the man who created Minecraft pigs. I mean seriously, how'd you try and make a pig but end up making a creeper instead? That just doesn't make sense. I do genuinely believe that I am the smartest man that has ever graced the universe. In fact, whilst waiting to record this episode, I realised what a clever man I actually am. So this episode I was going to explore the surrounding area a bit more after the Caves and Cliffs update. I was going to carry on sharing my ideas about our magical natural village we've been progressing on lately. I was going to create something brand new in said village. But then, out of nowhere, in the blink of an eye, I stumbled across this. I mean really, how on earth did I not notice this? I mean that is just truly inexcusable. Our base is literally there. Literally right there, and I didn't even notice this mansion over here. There is literally a 100,000 block mansion right in front of me. I told you I was the smartest person on this universe. If I was to create the Minecraft pig, we would have ended up with a phantom. Like my superior intellect, that phantom has gone up in flames. Rather quickly. Any idea I had for the beginning of this episode seems to have also gone out in flames. There's only one thing on my mind now, and let's go and raid this mansion. Welcome back to Minecraft with Tarby. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notification bell on, and if you're feeling a bit crazy, make sure to click the like button while you're there. Thank you. What's up ladies, gentlemen and all the fellow Tarbinions, and welcome back to Minecraft with Tarby. We are on episode 43 of Minecraft with Tarby, which is just an incredible number. I cannot believe we got this far. It's like double 21.5. Sorry, that's just me showing off my intellect yet again. In today's jam-packed episode, we are going to be doing quite a lot, so I recommend sitting back, getting some good food and relaxing. I personally recommend cinema-style sweet and salty popcorn, but that's just me. In this episode, we'll start by exploring this mansion, which I cannot wait to do. Even though I'm a bit hit and miss and a bit dubious about mansions, because the loot just sometimes is awful. But we'll see exactly how we get on. Later on in the video, we are going to name a mob, which we decided to vote with on Instagram. We had an exclusive post on the Instagram and you guys had to pick a name, and we've chosen the most favourable one. We're also going to be doing more exploring, and we're going to be expanding on our little magical community. And of course, you've probably read the title, we'll be building Tarby's house. That's right, me, the main man, we're going to build our house in the magical village today. I can't wait to get going in this episode, so let's fast forward straight to this colossal mansion. Which, by the way, did I mention that, like, I completely didn't realise that this mansion was here, even though it's like 200 blocks away from my base? It's not very smart that, is it? Here we are. At the mansion. Let's hope I can navigate this just a little bit smarter than I currently am. There's two vindicators here at the front of the mansion. I've tried to trap them, but as you can see, I have failed miserably. I've not even brought a sword with me. I'm just so clever today, aren't I? First room is filled with pumpkin and ladders. Cool. This is pretty cool actually. I've never seen this room where you've got like a narrow entrance into a really strict corridor, and then I'm presuming you go all the way down the corridor and there's something at the end, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. I'm really dubious about these mansions because you never really get great loot, and there's never really that much going on, unfortunately. They could really do with an overhaul. And at the end of the tunnel, we do get a chest, and it is the similar loot to what you'd get near a mob spawner, which is pretty cool. At least we got a CD. It's nice to see pillagers farm the same way I do. Short and simple. I've never seen a room like this either. I know it looks pretty pointless, but have mansions been updated? According to the Minecraft wiki, Woodland Mansions have never actually been updated. Considering I started the episode telling you how clever I was, now I'm really starting to question whether I have any brain cells at all. And that sentence didn't even make sense. I'm a mess. Unfortunately, guys, there is nothing in this gentleman's nose. In school, you were taught no running in the hallway. How about flying in the hallway? Another room with loot. That'll do nicely. And another. That's not bad. At least we're getting some loot here. There certainly wasn't this much loot in the episode with Markimus when he raided the Woodland Mansion. Or maybe he just took it all for himself. This room may not have any loot in, but it's good to look on the bright side. If you ever need chests or just loads of wood, then you're absolutely sorted in this room. I have absolutely, positively no idea what I am doing. Okay, all the other rooms downstairs weren't very good. Let's go upstairs. Okay, so we are trying to trap some Vindicators here, and it is not going very well. Okay, now I am kinda stuck. Okay, now I'm kinda running away. Okay, we managed to trap him here. That's good. Now we just need to get a boat. It's a good thing this mansion is made out of wood. All we need to do is pop a boat down, and there we go. We've got ourselves a little Vindicator friend. He will come in handy a lot for a different type of variation on farms. A Vindicator will literally attack anything. So if we make a cow farm that's constantly producing more cows, the Vindicator could just constantly kill them. You could make a cow farm where you've got 2 cows, and then the baby cows are kept to one side, and when they grow up, they get pushed into the Vindicator chamber, and then the Vindicator brutally murders them so we can get all the loot. What more could I want? Vindicators can also be useful for farms that do not involve animals. We'll be coming back for you later. It's not like you can go anywhere anyway. These rooms are so boring. Do you not just think these mansions are in need of a major overhaul? I mean, I'm not asking for a lot, but I've literally just walked into this big mansion, willy-nilly, out of nowhere, started killing all the people who live here, and I feel under no threat at all. I at least want to be mildly scared. I suppose if you need books, then these mansions are great. A librarian would love it here. But unfortunately, we've got more books and no loot. Okay, I can't actually resist any longer. I'm going to grab some books. I've had 44 levels for absolutely ages, so we'll enchant some books after we've done this. And that is literally it. That is the end of the mansion. Oh, it's not even going to cover half the video. There's no major loot or anything that we gain from that mansion. In fact, the best we've done, we've got 1 Totem of Undying, 2 CDs, and 7 emeralds. That is simply not enough. If we're going to have these massive mansions and make them look so threatening and make them look like they're really worth raiding in order to get good loot out of them, then you at least need to get some good loot. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm moaning, but mansions just really need an update. But what update could they have? So unfortunately, Woodland Mansions just aren't scary enough or rewarding enough. So what I'd recommend is basically to get it so the illagers can actually respawn. That would make it a lot scarier. Once you kill the evokers, the vindicators, once they're gone in the mansion, they don't actually respawn, which I think is just naff really. If you get them to respawn, it adds a whole new level of worry into the mansion, and I think that should just be a thing anyway. For rewards, you should have an end room which is just full of good loot, regardless really. I don't know whether you have some in some mansions, but you should have one anyway, no matter what. These mansions are not small, and to explore it all does take some time. So when you get to the very end, you should at least be rewarded with something. Whether you need to bring in a unique item to be rewarded with, that could be something they could do. That would be pretty cool. Or maybe you could have a unique item dropped by a unique new mob. And maybe they need to bring in the Illusioner. When Woodland Mansions were first made, you could only get evokers through the Woodland Mansion, so it felt like you had a mini boss mob in the mansion. But now obviously they're involved in raids, so why not bring out the Illusioner to take over that mini boss battle in the mansion? If you all go on the Minecraft wiki and look at the Illusioner, it's kind of one of them mobs that's in the game but isn't actually in the game. And I don't know why it's not being released, whether it's planned to in the future, but I think it would make Woodland Mansions so much more satisfying to go through. Let me know what you think of Woodland Mansions in the comment section down below, and let me know if you agree or disagree with everything I've just said. And that is yet another Woodland Mansion finished in the Minecraft with Tarby series. Let's move on. So we are going to level 30 and enchant some books. We're going to do 5 of them and we're going to see exactly what we get. We get Loyalty Free and Channeling. We get Unbreaking and Channeling. We get Feather Falling 4 and Bane of Arthropods, so basically we get Feather Falling 4, which is quite good. We get Fire Protection 3 and Knockback, which is pretty poor. And finally we get Piercing 4, which is again really awful. They weren't a good set of enchanted books, but Feather Falling 4 will certainly come in handy at some point in the future. It also feels good just to be doing some enchanting in our main base. That feels really good, and kind of weird at the same time. I have noticed near the Woodland Mansion, on the way out, I saw an azalea tree, just out of nowhere, randomly in the middle of all these other trees. So does that mean the lush cave is directly underneath this tree? I know there is a lush cave nearby, but so it is. I remember when we first found this lush cave, I asked you to look for the azalea tree above the ground and nobody found it, including myself. Well, here it is, guys. At the time I said I didn't know whether this was just a myth or whether we just got unlucky, or maybe it's the fact there's an azalea tree in between about 1,000 other normal trees. But yeah, it's pretty cool to know that you can get a lush cave directly under a azalea tree, because I've never done that before. You know how much I love spore blossoms, so you know I'll be getting some of them whilst I'm down here. They'll come in handy for later in the video. And we'll also get some drip leaf, which will also come in handy. Maybe not later in the video, but maybe later in the next video. We're going to nip back to the main base because we have some Tarby chores that we need to take care of. And what better way to do that than riding the prestigious rail track, the Tarby Mono Rail. And whilst doing our journey, we are going to have a little Tarby talk. It feels like absolutely ages since we've had a Tarby talk in one of our videos. This is where we kind of just sit down for a few minutes and talk about something either Minecraft related or not Minecraft related. This gives me a good opportunity in a video just to talk about something that I just want to talk about. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And today's topic is going to be something that's been out for quite a while, but I've not spoke about it just because I didn't want to spoil it for anyone. But we're going to talk about the new Spider-Man. If you do not want to be spoiled about the new Spider-Man, because there will be spoilers here, have a look on the screen to what time to skip the video to. Thank you. Just kind of waiting a sec to make sure all the people who need to go have gone. Okay, if you're still watching now, then you have been warned. So Spider-Man No Way Home was one of the better films that I've ever seen. Was it as big as Endgame? I'm not too sure, but it was still absolutely massive in terms of the Marvel Universe. If you don't know, I'm a massive Marvel nerd. You could talk to me about Marvel all day, and I'll sit here all day talking back to you. I love it. And I especially love Spider-Man. I think everyone loves Spider-Man, and I don't blame them. He is just simply my all-time favourite. I think No Way Home deserves a lot of credit for the villains, the action, everything in there, the storyline, the end bit where no one knows who he is anymore. There's just a lot going on there, and it was quite emotional towards the end as well, like genuinely. Thinking that Peter Parker's no longer got anyone that he knows. He's lost his girlfriend, his best friend, no one knows who he is. That's kind of sad. One of my favourite villains of all time, Dr. Octopus, made it back into the film, but this time he was kind of helpful towards the end as well, which is just awesome to see. William Dafoe playing Green Goblin, will that guy ever get old? And I think he's just custom redesigned to play the Green Goblin. He is tremendous at it. One of my favourite moments in the whole film was when MJ's falling off the clock and Andrew Garfield comes and saves her. That is awesome. I think we all kind of knew that was going to happen, but it was just great to see it. But I think a lot of credit and the best thing to come out of this film is Andrew Garfield. In terms of Andrew Garfield Spider-Man films, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, they weren't the best films, but his acting was never questioned. I thought he was amazing. I also think them two films have the best cinematics. There's one scene where you can see a skyscraper and then he flips and you see Spider-Man come in and you see his face in the costume for the first time. Andrew Garfield deserves an Amazing Spider-Man 3. And I don't think they should carry on any storylines, maybe keep the Gwen Stacy death thing going a little bit, but I think they need to bring in a new villain who doesn't like Spider-Man. And who better than that than Scorpion? Scorpion is one of the only villains in the comic books who absolutely hates Spider-Man and is genuinely out to get him. So to bring him in would just be incredible in my eyes. If you're also a massive Marvel fan of Watch Spider-Man, give me a message on Instagram and we'll talk about it on there. And we have just arrived at our main base. We are going to take a trip to our good old friend Mendini, as we need to get ourselves a name tag. You kind of forget these little touches you hear at different bases, but it's so good to see them. It always feels good to interact with our favourite hostages, I mean villagers. One of Minecraft with Tarby's core values is to keep subscribers as involved with the series as possible. And one of the ways we do that is through our Instagram, link in the description. On our Instagram we posted a post showing all of our favourite mobs we've named throughout the series, and I had one mob standing out, which was a fox near our main base. This fox had been at the main base for a lot of episodes, but we never really got round to naming him. So I asked you guys, what shall we call this fox? And we had some great recommendations, but there could only be one winner. And that winner with the most epic name for the fox is Grits, who named the fox Michael J. So here we have Michael J. the Fox. That is correct, we named our fox after the Back to the Future actor, and I just think the name fits really well and is quite funny. I like the sort of play on words we go for with these mob names, and I really think this fits in well with the rest of our mobs. Thank you to Grits for commenting this and getting your opinion involved in the series, I really appreciate it. A massive thank you to the patrons, you know who you are, thank you for keeping me going. I really appreciate all your support. If you want to become a patron and come on the Patreon wall, the link is in the description. And for the first time in a few episodes, here we have the subscriber mine shaft. I have gone through and took all the names off the subscriber tree and I've moved them to subscriber mine shaft because we can go here again now, so it just makes sense. So for the people that are on the subscriber tree, you will also be getting a walk through the subscriber mine shaft. Thank you to these people who've liked, commented and subscribed since the last time we were in the subscriber mine shaft. It feels amazing to be here again. Thank you. If you want to become a member of the subscriber mineshaft, all you have to do right now is pause the video and leave a like, press play on the video again and leave a comment, and then make sure to subscribe to the channel. That is all you need to do, and we'll add you onto subscriber mineshaft with everyone else on this tunnel, which by the way is absolutely ginormous right now. Back to our magical area, and we've got some magical plans to make in this magical episode. You can tell by the thumbnail we want to make our house in the magical village. This will make a lot more sense when the village is all built and together, as you can see what I mean by our house, because this is one of the main buildings we want to get done to make the village really stand out. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's add to our magical community and let's show my ideas in the Minecraft world, and let's do that with a Tarby montage.
Photo of you in my mind, on the table under lights. There's no one here but you and I. This neon town is yours and mine. And I said, hey, Carissa, stayed up through the days and nights. We watch the world get light. Hey, Carissa, sunlight, freedom in your eyes. Please don't leave now.
And here we have Tarby's house in the magical village. I absolutely love this build. I think it looks so cool. I think it fits in really well with the scenery. I love the spore blossom effect that really creates an atmosphere here. And I think, judging by like even the thumbnail picture, you can see there's a real sort of atmosphere going on here. And I just really enjoyed making this house. Tarby's house will fit in really well with our magical community. This build was inspired by a user called Fallen Troy on Planet Minecraft. Make sure you go and check him out. He makes some really incredible Minecraft builds. Our next plan for the area is to make like little houses around the village, and we want loads of like little houses wrapped around each other to create a sort of vibe that is everything's kind of all together, if that makes sense. We really want to focus on sort of this magical nature community feel that we've got going on here, and I cannot wait to get it all together and populate it with loads of people to make it really stand out and come to life. So like I say, I want loads of little houses, but we want some other main buildings. Which brings me on to today's question of the day. So we currently have the Wizard Tower and we currently have Tarby's house. But what other main buildings shall we have in our magical village? And that is today's question of the day. We want to keep it medieval magical feel. We want to keep a great atmosphere coming on here, and we want this Nordic type of atmosphere to carry on throughout the builds. So if you could think of something that would fit all that description, let me know in the comment section. There'll be a pinned comment there, and let me know your idea. Thank you. But that is all we have time for in this episode, guys. It feels sad to say goodbye to the magical village for another day, but we'll be back here again next episode. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hope you enjoyed naming the fox and creating the builds and adding to what we're doing in the mansion. And we've just done so much, and I just really love making this awesome series. Minecraft with Tarby is the longest running series on my channel, and I think it's going to run with my channel till the day it dies, which is going to be never, because you can't kill us. We are inevitable. If you've liked the video, then please leave a like. It really does help me out. The more likes, the better. It helps me stand out to YouTube and they promote my videos more. Leave a comment, let me know about question of the day, and let me know what you think of the video in general. Talk to me. Talk to me about Marvel, talk to me about Minecraft. Just talk to me, please. But most of all, do not forget to subscribe. We are so close to 1,700 subscribers right now, and we are just getting closer there by the day. I cannot wait. I hope every single person watching this has a fantastic day. You may not know it yet, but you've just come Tarbified. See ya. Bye bye.